The white rhinoceros is the world's second largest land mammal, averaging a length of 11 feet and weighing 4,500 pounds. It is considered nearly threatened by the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species. It consists of two subspecies, the southern white rhino and the northern white rhino. Both subspecies are able to interbreed with each other but slightly different genetic makeup as they are geographically isolated. Meet Bull, the famous southern white rhino. Bull was born in South Africa but was moved to the Toronto Zoo in 1974, where he remained until his death in 2008. Bull's story is that of great conservation success. During his life, he successfully bred 3 healthy white rhinos in captivity. He was one of some 20,000 white rhinos living in the world today, though this was not always the case. White rhinos were thought to be extinct until a small herd of them, of less than 100, was discovered back in the late 1800s. Conservation efforts in the 1990s are the primary reason that their population has risen over the past 20 years.
Not all attempts to save the white rhinos were as successful as bulls. The northern subspecies of the white rhino is on the verge of going extinct, with only 5 individuals left in the world. Angalifu was one of the last northern white rhino males alive, living in the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. All northern white rhino are kept in reserves and parks to help protect them from poachers. However, a downside of this is that the white rhino does not breed well in captivity. There hasn't been a successful attempt at breeding in the northern white rhino population since 2000, despite many attempts. Angalifu was never able to reproduce successfully, in spite of biologists' best efforts. In December 2014, Angalifu died due to old age, leaving behind no offspring. It seems the only way to have the rhinos breed is in the wild, although they will almost certainly be poached. A solution to the population issue could be solved through artificial reproduction methods, like stem cells or artificial insemination. Before his death, Angalifu's semen and testicular tissue were preserved, with hopes of using them in the future. However, these methods require money and research, so donating to support the white rhino could bring the species off the ropes and back into the wild.
Southern white rhinos live in the hot climates of southern Africa, where they stay near water in order to wallow in and drink it. Their habitat consists primarily of the low grasses of the savannas, bush surroundings, and a flat terrain. Northern white rhinos, on the other hand, lived in captivity in the San Diego Zoo and the Old Pajita Conservancy in Kenya.
There are currently 20,000 remaining white rhino, of which only 5 are the northern subspecies. These endangered white rhino live in the Old Pajita Conservancy in Kenya, after being moved from different places around the world. Biologists hope this will promote mating between members due to the conditions being similar to the natural habitat of the white rhino. You may be asking, why do they matter anyways? Firstly, the white rhinoceros is very important to its ecosystems. The white rhinoceros is able to graze large amounts of grass quickly. This keeps the population of grass at a normal level in the ecosystem. Protection of the white rhino results in protection of other species in their ecosystem. The white rhino also matters due to it being so close to extinction. Unless efforts are made now, it is very unlikely that the white rhino will survive.
In addition to this, white rhinos contribute to the economic growth of the poorer regions of Africa through the vast tourism and safari industry there. They create job opportunities for otherwise unemployed park rangers, tourist guides, zookeepers, and conservationists. When tourists are visiting their habitats, some help the local settlers living alongside the white rhinos through psychological and financial support. In fact, the industry has generated almost $3.6 million for the Kenyan government in 2001 alone.
Also, the white rhino has a long gestation period and common infertility, which prevents them from producing offspring quickly and keeping up with poachers.
Moreover, the species was brought back from the brink of extinction in the 1990s, but is in critical danger once again due to poaching for their horns. They are especially vulnerable to poaching because they are fairly unaggressive and live in large herds.
Furthermore, despite the conservation success in the past, recent poaching has caused a decline in the population once again. In attempts to get their valuable horns, over 1,000 instances of rhino poaching occurred in 2013 alone.
Lastly, they face drastic habitat loss due to agriculture and settlements. Communities that settle on white rhino habitats render the habitat functionally unable to support the rhinos. Settlers mainly clear grasslands for agricultural purposes, producing foods that rhinos can't eat, such as cereals and grains.
The white rhinos had developed a wide, square-shaped upper lip. This allows them to graze large quantities of grass very quickly.
They have also evolved a muscular hump behind their neck, even bigger than their black Sumatran counterparts. Since white rhinos have the biggest head out of all the 3 African rhinos, they need the hump to support the weight of their head and act as an extension of their neck. This allows them to reach grass easier when lowering their head to eat, and also prevents too much stress acting on their neck.
Donate to help prevent sad stories like this one.